Don't be lazy, your actions shape your destiny. In a small village tucked between dry hills and a winding river, there lived a young man named Ayaan. The village was ordinary, but the people believed something special about it. Every sunrise brought a quiet chance to change one's fate. Some listened to this belief, others ignored it. Ayaan belonged to the second group. Ayaan dreamed often. He dreamed of a better home, of respect, of a life where his name mattered. Yet each morning, when the sun climbed over the hills, he stayed on his bed a little longer. Tomorrow, he would say, I will begin tomorrow. The days passed gently, like leaves floating downstream, and Ayaan floated with them. Near his home lived an old carpenter named Rahim. His hands were rough, his back bent, but his eyes were calm and alert. Every day, Rahim worked on small tasks, fixing doors, shaping stools, repairing roofs. He never rushed, yet he never delayed. Ayaan often watched him and wondered why such a hardworking man lived so simply. One evening, Ayaan visited Rahim and asked, Why do you still work so hard? You are old. Shouldn't you rest? Rahim smiled and placed a half-finished chair on the ground. Rest is sweet, he said, but regret is bitter. I work so that tomorrow does not accuse me of waste. The words stayed with Ayaan, but not enough to change him. The next morning he slept again. Weeks later, a great opportunity arrived in the village. A trader announced he would hire young men to help build a storehouse, promising good pay and long-term work. Many villagers prepared at once. They sharpened tools, cleaned clothes, and arrived early. Ayaan heard the news and felt excitement, but also comfort. They will need many workers, he thought. Arriving late will not matter. When he finally reached the site, the sun was high, and the positions were filled. Days later, a storm swept through the village. Weak roofs collapsed, and broken doors left homes exposed. Rahim worked tirelessly, repairing what he could. Those he had helped before now helped him in return. Ayaan's house, neglected and weak, suffered the worst damage. He stood helpless, realizing he had no skills, no strong ties, and no preparation. Ashamed, Ayaan returned to Rahim. Teach me, he said quietly. I don't want to live like this anymore. Rahim handed him a piece of wood and a simple tool. Destiny, he said, is not written in the sky. It is carved by the hands that choose to work each day. From that day on, Ayaan began small. He woke early, he learned slowly. Some days were tiring, others discouraging, but he did not stop. Months passed, and people began to trust him. Years passed, and Ayaan built not only furniture, but a life of purpose. He learned the truth too late to avoid struggle, but early enough to change his future. Laziness steals silently, while action builds patiently. And every action, no matter how small, shapes the destiny that awaits us.